All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Empowering Morning Conversations. So another day of moving forward in the direction of creating our life the way we desire. So like I always ask you, what will you add to your life today that will allow you to create a life that you desire? And very well, I would like you to very quickly tell people what Empowering Morning Conversations is all about.
Thank you very much, sir. Good morning, everyone, and good morning to the people who are watching online through YouTube also. Here we are Punjab people who believe in the possibilities, and we are working to bring life, all of life come to us with each joy and glory. So whole purpose of EMC is bringing each joy, glory to all of us. And how do we do that? We do it through certain tools. And one of the primary tool is we help you to move from survival to create mode, because survival mode is a culprit where it stuck us in the current reality and not giving the hope. And creation is the one which we are all looking forward, and that is where our future is. And why we do that? Because it is the idea started during COVID. That time, of course, every time the circumstances are surrounded with negativity, but that time it was too much. And the great idea came to all of us, and we started this, and it served like anything. And we keep on doing it because we need circumstance without any negativity so that we can work hard to move further and grow in life. And the biggest belief we have and we want to impose to everyone is the world is full of possibilities, and we have to become a possibility seeker. How to do that? We have to stop complaining. And if you move from complainer to possibility seeker, the whole world is yours. That is what the main teaching we are imposing, teaching every day, and it is started to happening to everyone. How to do that? All these three things, moving from survival to create and dissipating negativity and becoming a possibility seeker by focusing what we want and using the energy properly. That is a secret. And the moment we learned that from EMC, everybody is started to do something great and create their own life. These are the main focus of EMC, and I request everyone to be regularly every day morning and see the change in your life. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, very well. And as you can see, and from what we've been doing in the last 4 or 5 days, getting out of the default mode seems to be a little difficult, isn't it? Or sometimes we are not really consciously wanting to do it. That's why yesterday I asked you 3 questions. So who remembers the 3 questions I asked you yesterday? Could you share those 3 questions? Because if you're asking that question, you'll remember it. Yes, Reddy Garu.
Sir, what makes me jump out of my bed every morning? What is my goal or purpose? What do I wish to accomplish today?
Great, thank you very much. Now, all those who asked that question yesterday, I want you to reflect and tell me, what did you accomplish yesterday? And did you ask these 3 questions today morning also? So what did you accomplish yesterday? Did you accomplish what you set out to do? The answer can be yes or it can be no. You can put it in the chat box if you don't want to.
Sir.
Yes, go ahead.
I made an attempt to do that, sir.
You made an attempt. Did you accomplish it?
Partially, sir.
So you accomplished a part of it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you've broken it to small pieces, then at least you can say, okay, all right, I accomplished this part. Beautiful. Some of them are saying, yes, I did. Yumina said, yes, I did. Very good. Shakti, you want to share something? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Out of 3, I accomplished 2, sir. One is partially I did. Yeah, today morning also I asked this question, sir, as soon as I wake up. Yes, I did that, sir.
Yeah, but when you say I did, reflect and see, did you do the task and you're saying you accomplished it, but did the task accomplish something for you?
It's the task accomplished something for me.
All right, great, fantastic. Anybody else? All those who asked that question this morning. So may I request each and every one of us that when we get up in the morning, even before you come to the EMC, ask these 3 questions to yourself. But that is what is going to push you to use the distinctions of what we do here every morning. See, when you try and accomplish something, what is it that you will come across? Definitely you will come across roadblocks and obstacles. जब आप कुछ करने की कोशिश करोगे तभी तो रुकावटें आएंगी. If you don't try to do anything, nothing will try to stop you, right? But when you are out there and you wish to accomplish something, roadblocks are always going to come. And that is where one of the important distinctions of everyday morning conversations will be useful for you. So what are we trying to do? Become possibility seekers rather than complainers. Correct? So what happens is when something stops you, you always assign blame to it. I got stopped because of this, I got stopped because of that. So the moment you say I got stopped because of someone or because of something, then you are actually in the blaming and complaining mode. Na? You may not be calling it like that, but it is. So what's the problem with that? When your mind accepts your reason, it stops looking for something. And what is that? When your mind accepts your because, when your mind accepts your reason, then what happens? What does your mind stop doing then at that time?
We don't create, we stop creating.
And why do we stop creating? Because your mind stops seeing possibilities. See, it's like same thing with conclusions. When you make a conclusion, mind stops seeing possibilities. When you make a formula, mind stops seeing possibilities. Similarly, when you accept your own reasons and becauses, the mind stops looking for possibility. So tell me, guys, are we ordinary people or we are enterprising people? Getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning and coming here, that makes you ordinary people or enterprising people?
Enterprising people.
Enterprising.
Yeah, so let me tell you a quality of enterprising people. Can anybody remember? I've told you many times before. Enterprising people see possibility, where ordinary people see reasons and becauses and limitations
Obstacles.
and obstacles. Yeah. But the tendency is there. When you get stopped, you will always find the reasons why you cannot do something. And enterprising people will say, I will find out how to get it done. So which category do you wish to belong to?
The second.
Yeah, I will find out how to get it done. So there are tools. So you'll notice that when you start doing it and then you get stopped again, then you slow down a little, your enthusiasm goes down. You say, okay, I'm trying. And somewhere this counter intention starts. What is the counter intention? Your doubt and your hesitation starts creeping in. And when that starts creeping in, what happens? The battle is
Lost.
When you start feeling discouraged, what happens?
Battle is lost.
Battle is lost. You know, a lot of people are in a state of discouragement, but they keep going. The battle is lost, my friend. Because the first thing, I know a lot of people in jobs where they are discouraged, but they can't even leave the job. They won't leave it because their EMIs have to be paid. But their performance is deteriorating, so ultimately they will lose their job anyhow. Similarly, it's with life, you know, many of us have kind of given up. We are discouraged, disappointed, feeling low, but we keep going because we have to keep going. And nothing much is happening then. And that discouragement cycle takes over. And we will not allow this discouragement cycle to take over us. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Time for a good, empowering, silent laughter, I think. So when I say 1, 2, 3, guys, keep your cameras on so we can see that you're doing the exercise, especially Abhinav Mathur. Right? Keep your camera on. And when I say 1, 2, 3, we will all laugh 100% without making. Kamal, you also. Ashok ji, आप भी जरा कैमरे पे आइए, जरा सामने तो आओ, चलिए. छुप छुप के छलने में क्या राज है? Yes, very good. Thank you very much. All right, 1, 2, 3, go. %100%. You know, this is the worst thing you can do when you're feeling discouraged. When your mind is saying, "I kuch nahi ho raha hai, why is this happening to me?" This is the time when you say it, you know. This is the time you say, every experience is an opportunity. Every experience is an opportunity to become a better version of myself. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
That's the time to do this, you know. And then you can switch your mind to possibilities rather than why something cannot be done. Remember, it's all about where are you going to put your attention. आपने अपना ध्यान कहाँ पे फोकस करना है, आपने एनर्जी अपनी कहाँ लगानी है. You know, that is your choice, na? Problem with circumstances is it catches you. See, the problem with your resistance. So when something bad is happening, when you're getting stopped, when you are in a state of discouragement and disappointment, then those negative things are like magnets, you know, and they take all your attention on the negative side. All your attention goes on why something cannot be done. So when you interrupt that, you know, when your computer hangs, what do? Control Alt Delete. Correct? So when you are discouraged, disappointed, and you are in the blaming mode or whatever, do a reset, no? Hard reset, it's called in computer terminology. Control Alt Delete starts with 100% silent laughter. Reset brain. Now you get your attention back in your control. Now, where would you like to put it? Where would you like to put your attention? On finding out how it can be done. Where will you put your attention? On searching for possibilities. You understand what I'm saying? You put the spotlight on blame and why it can't be done. Should you not put your spotlight on why it can be done and how I will get it done and let me find out how to get it done? Which one is better, sir? The first one or the second one?
The second one.
Yeah. So ask yourself from time to time, no, mera dhyan kidhar hai? Where is my attention? क्योंकि बाबा, this attention belongs to me. I will put it where I want it. No circumstance, no person can push me to put my attention where I don't want it. मैं अपना ध्यान वहां लगाऊंगा जहां मुझे लगाना है. मैं अपना ध्यान वहां लगाऊंगा जहां पे मुझे संभावनाएं दिखाई देगी. यस, कुनैन साहब.
Sir, I remember once you had told to keep on asking this question, why I am doing what I am doing. Every
Yeah,
moment.
yeah.
That's what I share. So thank you.
Okay. So why did you ask this question? Why are you doing what you are doing?
This brings me back to the right attention zone.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, that's a very beautiful thing, actually, what you said, you know. So when you do your reset, right, you can ask this question, why am I focusing my attention in the wrong place? है ना? मैं अपना ध्यान गलत जगह में क्यों लगा रहा हूँ? Why am I doing what I'm doing? What am I getting out of it? More discouragement, more disappointment, more sadness, more anger, whatever. मेरा ध्यान किधर है? So let me put it where I see possibilities. So I want to share with you something about people who see possibilities. See, we are not born like that, no? Actually, we are born like that. When we were children, we would see possibility in everything. Because at that time, this good and bad and right and wrong did not exist, na? Judgment नहीं था ना बच्चों को. That is why if they had a fight with someone, after 20 minutes again they'll be playing with the same person. Because they're not judging. What do we do? If you have a fight with someone, you're judging, bad fellow, I will not talk to him again. Same way we are judging situations also. So something happens, you're judging it, you're saying, no, very bad, always bad things are happening, why are they happening, they should not be happening, what a waste of time. So the people who have, so what happened? We were born pure, free, attention in our control, keeping on playing in this world, right? Because we were not judging. At some point, we started judging. We started killing possibilities. The moment your mind gets into right, wrong, good, bad, agree, disagree, I like, I don't like, is it opening possibilities or is it limiting possibilities? Tell me, guys. When you get into that game. This answer requires you to think a lot or what? When we get into this game of right and wrong, good and bad, agree or disagree, this is not so good, that was better, blah, blah, blah. Does that allow your brain to see possibilities?
No.
No, sir.
Yeah, because you know why? When you start doing that, unconsciously resistance is coming up. क्योंकि जब आप हर एक चीज को तराजू से तोलते हैं, when you are always measuring it and seeing कि I like, I don't like, what is that? Judgment. So if there is a world beyond what I like and what I don't like, listen to this one. If there is a world outside of what I don't like and what I like, that world will elude you, na? मुझे पसंद है, मुझे नहीं पसंद है, इसके दायरे से बाहर अगर कोई दुनिया है, तो क्या दुनिया मुझे नजर आएगी? But this is the daira, na? This is the world we live in, right? Wrong, agree, disagree, good, bad. So in this classification methodology of our life, can you see possibilities? No way. So that is the first thing, and I'm reminding you that something, I think it's one of the core messages of our empowering morning conversation. Stop judging. Stop judging yourself. Get out of this world of right, wrong, good, bad. I agree, I don't agree, I like, I don't like. This is better, that is better comparison. Those kind of people are better, this kind of people are not good, etc., etc. And the world will open up for you. So I'm talking about certain principles. If you wish to inculcate, what you wish to inculcate, Kunain Saab? What do we wish to inculcate? It's on the screen over there.
Positive possibility search attitude. Developing a possibility mindset.
Yeah. So now do you notice when we talk about mindset, our mindset is what? Good, bad, right, wrong, agree, don't agree, like, dislike, blah, blah. That's the mindset only, no? And you're not able to escape out of that to another mindset. Because if my likes and dislikes are going to define me, if my opinions are going to define me, if my judgments are going to define, you understand? Define, confine, constrict. Daira ban gaya na? Can I develop a possibility mindset? क्योंकि जो भी input आएगा, whatever, see, after all, we are getting inputs from the outside world, isn't it? How do we get inputs from the outside world? Sight, sound, smell, voice, touch. Good touch, bad touch. You talk to the ladies, they will tell you, this is a good touch, this is lecherous touch. They will even tell you about how people look at them. See, he's looking with awe and divine. Same way, if somebody else looks, they'll say, see, what a lecherous fellow, he's got dirty eyes. He's got bad eyes. We don't know. Child looks at you with the same eyes, you'll say, oh, what a divine child, like an angel. Adult looks at you like that, you'll say, how he's staring at me, horrible fellow. Can you get a possibility mindset? If every input that you receive, अपनी इंद्रियों के थ्रू जितना भी डेटा आपको मिलता है, उसको आप बिजी हो जज करने में, डिफाइन करने में, खांचों में डालने में. Think about this. Can you have a possibility mindset when you take every input and you are trying to fit it into somewhere? Is it like that? Okay, ये तो वो है, ये तो ये है, इसको मैंने उधर पढ़ा था, इसका मतलब ये है, इसका मतलब वो है. So we take everything. When I say we, I am also included in that, but I am realizing it. When I look at sometime Kunain, what he says to me, मुझे वो सुखदीपक नजर आता है 1987 वाला. Because I read a lot ना, तो हम लोग जो पढ़ते ज्यादा है ना, तो इतना ज्ञान होता है. So whenever new input comes, we'll say, अच्छा ये वो है, उसके जैसा है, ये उसके जैसा है. Then the brain goes into clarifying, trying to fit, फिर possibility नहीं दिखाई देती inputs की. फिर भी हम नए inputs ढूंढते रहते. Isn't it interesting? So it's not like we are judging anybody. We are just seeing it because we've all gone through these phases in our life also. So coming back to the main point, if you are going to classify, define based on your opinion, your judgment and right, wrong, good, bad and all that, will you ever have a possibility mindset? No. Would you like to have a possibility mindset? You cannot, because we've got this big enemy called conditioning. See, all these things that I told you, what we are doing, it's a part of our auto default mode. Na? That's why I'm calling it conditioned and stuck. What is conditioning? You know that experiment with Pavlov and his dogs? Every time he would give them food, he would ring a bell. घंटी बजाते थे. 3 महीने के बाद, even when he did not give any food and he rang the bell, the dogs came running. So in our conditioned state is called the default mode, auto mode, habitual mode. You call it what you like. We are stuck because we automatically get into this judgment, comparison, right, wrong, good, bad mode. उसको बोलते हैं conditioning. It is like a straight jacket, you know. Mental conditioning, it is called. We are stuck in that. Unless we break that, we cannot see possibilities. So among the so many things that we do here on Empowering Morning Conversations, ladies and gentlemen, we are helping you to break that conditioning. But that conditioning is so strong, we keep getting back into it. It's like a very strong spring. थोड़ा हम lose करते, फिर फटाक it goes back. We loosen it and फटाक it goes back. We loosen it, फटाक it goes back. Why? Because the mind always says, I know. In my experience, it's like this. I have seen this. I have experienced. So many years I've seen this. I know this. I know that. So it doesn't allow. That is the conditioning, Nazar. Whenever you say, I know that, I have evidence in my life, sir, to prove that this is correct, what I'm thinking. See, you can take anything and make you believe anything. Okay? If you look at the mechanism about this whole polarity thinking that we have, you will find out कि कितने फंसे हुए हैं उसमें. We are so stuck in it. Now, you know, I use this word telescopes. Why? How many stars are there in the sky, do you think? If you look at the sky with your naked eyes, कितने सितारे नजर आ जाएंगे? How many stars would you see? Somebody has counted 3,126 stars, according to one dear friend of mine. With your naked eyes, it seems that one astronomer counted 3,126 stars. I don't know how he counted it, but he did that. But is it right to say that there are 3,126 stars in the sky? No.
No.
Right? Because if you take a telescope and you look at the stars, all right, you will see millions and millions and millions of stars. Now they are looking at the stars with these radio telescopes and they are finding billions and billions of stars. Right? So what did the telescope do? दूरबीन ने क्या किया? Did it invent the stars? Tell me guys, what did the telescope do? Did it invent the stars?
Touch the stars.
No, it only made it possible for us to see what was already there. दूरबीन के ना होने से भी तो सितारे थे ना वहां. The stars were there. So according to a very famous man, Dr. Edward de Bono, he says possibilities are always there, but we cannot see them. So I'll give you some telescopes, as I call them. दूरबीन देते हैं आपको, so that you can see what is already there. Okay? So this is the first telescope. Can you read it on the screen, somebody?
Do or die commitment.
Yeah, so I want one of you to tell more about this. What is this? Kunan, would you like to throw some light on it? What is a do or die commitment?
Definitely, sir. Do or die commitment. What I'm getting is whatsoever purpose or goals I do have in my life, I must tell myself first that whatsoever happens, whatsoever will be stopping you make it sure that you don't get stopped, even though if you die, even though if you kill yourself, even though if you put yourself in a tremendous pain, whatsoever is going to happen, face it, but make it sure you remove the obstacles and achieve the goals, keep on moving, keep on moving, keep on moving. So
Yeah,
don't worry about the pain. Don't worry about something will disturb you, even something will kill you. Let it come, face it, because you have the power. You are magnificent. You are infinite being.
beautiful. Thank you, Gunay.
Thank
All
you.
right, anybody else? Would you like to add something? According to you, what is your do or die commitment? See, one is what is do or die commitment? And you have these examples from your life also. I'm sure that you've seen that in action. Yes, Reddy Garu.
For me, keeping my word
Yeah, okay.
is a successful.
Sir, commitment is what transforms a promise into reality, sir.
Yeah, but what is the do or die commitment?
You don't give any excuses. You don't take any excuses. You focus only on the ultimate destination of the results.
Yeah, whatever may happen, right?
Come what may, sir.
Even though you may even lose your life in it. So I want to ask all of you, how many of you had that kind of commitment in your life? I'm sure that from time to time we have shown that kind of commitment, isn't it? Every time an infantry battalion is charging the enemy, they are definitely not charging to lose that battle. The do or die commitment is mar jaunga, magar haar ke nahi aa jaunga. Isn't it?
Yes, sir. There are no runners up in war, they say.
Yeah, that's what. There's a very famous example of admiral in the British Navy, old times. His name was Nelson, Lord Nelson. He was blind in one eye. All right. And there's a very famous battle where his enemy, his navy was being overwhelmed with a force which was, say, 10 times bigger than his own. And one of the other ships is signaling him, okay, sir. So some message they are sending that there are too many or something like that. So one of his lower rank people said, sir, there is a message. So this guy puts his blind eye on the telescope and looks at that message and says, I don't see anything. Because he didn't want to see that message only. Because if he was looking at that negative message, they would have lost that battle. That is do or die commitment. I don't want to know why it cannot be done. I'm going to do it. So look into your life and see, are there any examples that you did in your life where you had do or die commitment? Yes, Abhinav?
See, currently the one area where do or die commitment is the well-being of, where I see in each and every one is the well-being of their children. वहाँ तो do and die commitment है. And I can recall when I have 3 younger sisters. When they were getting married, I had a do or die commitment that marriage should be a success. पता नहीं from I don't know from where I had the energy to work for like 22 hours a day for the time duration of the marriage.
Yeah. Each one of us have had some moments in our life.
Some moments in life, yes.
So when you ask this question every morning, remember the 3 questions I've asked you to ask. रोज सुबह कौन से question पूछने चाहिए? What makes me jump out of my bed every morning? दूसरा question क्या है? Manav, you remember those 3 questions?
Goals, accomplishments.
And the third one, what will I accomplish today? So question is, can we bring this do or die commitment to that? Because what is the point of making a declaration unless we have a commitment behind it? Because whenever we did, remember Manav, I said कि हमारी बहू flat में नहीं आएगी, कोठी में आएगी.
Yeah.
By the time you came back from your honeymoon, You were in the Koti, remember?
Yeah.
And remember when we bought that house in 487 sector 37?
Yep.
Commitment. Unfortunately, these do or die commitments seem to be few and far between. So a lot of times, many of us, we say, all right, whatever has happened in the past has happened. So forget that, right? How many of you remember I once was reading to you from a book called The Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino. Remember it, Niti? And there are these 10 scrolls. And the first scroll, it starts with what? Today I start a new life. So let us imagine that we are starting a new life every day. All right. Let us forget everything that we've done in the past and say, all right, today I start a new life. And from today, if I make a commitment, see, nobody's forcing anybody to commit anything, no? Only you decide, na, that today I will accomplish something. Did somebody else come and tell you, you have to do this? See, we've got a lot of heroes here. It is do or die commitment with which, Niti, you are doing things today. That's why you're still standing. Is it easy? Sometimes it comes with great sacrifice as well. Because we don't see other possibility. So that's a topic for another day. So the first telescope is, if you have a do or die commitment, that is the first step in pushing your brain to see possibilities. Because the brain is designed like that, The brain is designed, your identity is designed for your survival. So it will show you every possibility that helps you to survive. So important distinction, I'd like you to get it. See, the moment you say, I have to achieve this, otherwise I will die in the attempt, ta-dang, that part of your brain gets switched on. You say, oh, I have to show this fellow everything so that he can survive. So you get support from all sorts of things in your life. There's a old saying, no? It says, the moment you commit yourself, providence moves too. Sara कायनात भी आपका साथ देती है जब आप कोई चीज शिद्दत से मांगेंगे तो. That's why. And the second telescope is, don't give up. Well, many things we start, but we give up, no? What makes us give up? Discouragement, disappointment. That is where you keep your focus on how to make it possible. Now, if you don't give up, something very wonderful will happen. See, I said now that the brain has one particular organ which is called the reticular activating system. Anybody knows? Because I've told this before also. What does the reticular activating system do?
Yes, sir. It helps keep on finding with the focused, laser focused
No.
mindset what you are desiring for.
What it does is actually the job of the reticular activating system is to allow only that input which is necessary for your survival. So if it thinks that something is not necessary for your survival, or it is counter survival, it will not let you see that. So the moment you have a do or die commitment, that it allows you to see the things which are required by you in that state. For example, if you say, I want to buy an Audi car, and wherever you look, you will see Audis. Or you decide, I'm going to go to Vaishno Devi, you will start to see photos of Vaishno Devi in all sorts of places, Jai Mata Di and all that. So when you do the do or die commitment, it actually influences your brain. Doesn't that make sense? So now a couple of inputs that I've given you since morning. One, if you want to be a possibility seeker, stop this tendency of this is good, this is bad, right and wrong, I agree, I do not agree, I like, I don't like. Get out of that. You will see more possibilities. Second one is what? Do or die commitment. Third one is what? Don't give up. And you'll start to see possibilities. The next one is, guys, I'm sorry to say we don't use our brains fully. You know why? Can anybody tell me why we don't use our brains fully? Hello? Yes, Priya, why don't we use our brains fully?
I think जितना survival के लिए जरूरी है उतना use कर लेते हैं. Rest
Exactly.
we don't think.
Exactly.
Possibility नहीं देखते तो we don't use
Exactly.
it.
तो ब्रेन जो होता है उसको हम एक्सरसाइज ही नहीं करते. If you don't exercise anything, it will not work. Like you have to exercise your body, right? Yes, Vetrivel.
On a lighter note, leave about using fully. Sometimes I search it to use, it is not available.
See, if you look at your daily actions, you will find that more than 90% of what you do, more than 95% of what you do is automatic in the default mode, habitual actions. So when you're doing any habitual actions in your comfort zone, there is no need to use the brain, Baba. If your plane is flying on autopilot, do you have to use your skill as a pilot? No. जब आप auto mode में चल रहे हो, why would you use your brain? Yeah? So 90% of our life, 95% of our life has been converted into routine, habitual, ordinary actions. And there is no need to use the brain. So we don't use our brain. So it's becoming like a vestigial organ. Yes, Kunal.
And also, sir, it takes less energy when we do the automatic things. For doing the new things, it needs more energy. So brain says that don't waste energy. Let it be like this.
Exactly. See, all this, when you do a process in a factory, when you automate something, you do it because the process goes on. You don't have to do the tedious work again and again. But that is also giving your brain free to do other things, no? But not doing other things. If the brain is free to be utilized for other things, we will utilize it only if you have a goal or a target, no? That is why I keep saying, if we are only focusing our energy and attention on being safe and secure and survival, where is the need to use your brain for creating new possibilities? So we don't do that. As a routine, we don't do that. Once in a while, there is a crisis, then you're forced to use your brain. And that time it doesn't work. It doesn't have a habit of working under pressure, no? You remember I told you the three parts of the brain? The frontal cortex is the most, potent part. It's called the thinking brain, the rational brain. It works when it is free, when it's relaxed. That is why creative people create more when they are relaxed. I was talking to one fellow yesterday. He refuses to give up ganja even though it's destroying his life. He says, sir, what to do? That is the only time I'm able to do creative things. I told him 35 years ka ho gaya hai, what the bloody hell have you created in your life? Nothing. So what we have done is everything has been converted into habitual action. Life is so confined to only those things which I can handle according to my habit. See, what is comfort zone? Comfort zone is where everything is handled because of my habits. They take care of it, everything is going fine. Anything which is not in my habit or anything that I'm not used to, I'll say, oh, problem. And the brain treats it like a threat to survival. That's called reaction. And it releases a chemical which freezes your frontal cortex, so your brain is not working. So more and more, our life is about being safe and secure. Don't try anything new. Don't do anything new. That is dangerous. It requires thinking. So chhod do usko. I mean, I could give you 1,000 examples. You're coming home from the office from the same route that you always take. Suddenly somebody rings you up and he says, hey, listen, can you bring this thing for me? And immediately your brain says, oh, if I have to get that, I'll have to deviate from my course and go there, and there may be a traffic jam here. Also, no, I can't, I'm busy. So even if there is a possibility of doing something, you will not do it. Why? Because it's uncomfortable. Thinking is uncomfortable for many people. They love to avoid thinking. So use your brains fully, and there are methods to, I'll not get into this, not today. We can have a session on using your brains fully some other day. So we'll do this in 2 parts. Okay. How to cultivate and develop a possibility attitude. This is part 1. Part of your homework. So I was building up to this. That's why I told you, ask this question every morning. What makes me get up every morning? What is my goal or objective? What will I accomplish today? When you ask these questions from your mind, that's when the need for possibility arises. अगर कुछ करना है, तो रुकावटें आएंगी. If something you want to do, obstacles will come. And the only way that you can deal with your obstacles is by having a possibility mindset. Then I also told you the biggest enemy of possibility mindset is your mindset, which is right, wrong, good, bad, comparison, I agree, I don't agree, I like, I don't like. So if you are going to take every input through the filter of your own right, wrong, good, bad, and all, do you think you'll ever see possibilities? Because even the inputs that you are taking are filtered. And the next is I gave you certain telescopes. So we shall continue on this tomorrow. Any questions before we conclude this session with some shairi from Kamal, Venkatesh, and Kunen? Any questions, ladies and gentlemen? Any sharing, any comments, anything you'd like to ask or say?
Waiting for the part 2, sir, with a lot of excitement.
But by the time you come to the session, part 2 will be over tomorrow. See, most of the session happens in the first 15 minutes, which you miss. So I would urge you, if you can, or watch the recording.
Fine, I will, sir.
Yes, Vetri.
Sir, I would like to share a quick thing which is relevant to that discussion today. Yesterday, in a regular office hours, I was thinking of posting on LinkedIn post. Recently, our company tied up with one of the company. Though I'm not directly linked to it, but I feel like it is important to put that. I was typing and somehow system failed. I was typing, it is not posted. Some 2-3 negative things. Though we study all these things, suddenly the thought pops up like it is not good. It is going to give you bad things. Don't do it. Something at all. And somehow I stopped everything. I just wrote it in a beautiful way. I posted it. It has my boss picture, everything. And after 1 hour, one of the big company seeing that post, chatting me on the direct message saying that give me the details, I am interested in this. Suddenly I went to post saying that there is a big company asking. Then there is a guy who handles that account for 10 years in that company. First took me to that guy saying that, hey, your account has got a requirement. That guy is surprised. Wow, that guy is speaking to you. Seeing that, I know everybody for a very long time, it has given that image, but it is going a different way. We have given information, it's a lead anyway. But if I would have listened to that negative thought, it is not happening, it's not the right time, I should not post this, all this initiative thought stops us, it would not have happened. So I'm just seeing much relevant with the topic today. Thank you very much for the clarity, sir.
Absolutely, absolutely. Abhinav, and then after that, Tyakudin. I think one more person had raised the hand and he has lowered it, so I do not know who that was.
Reddy, sir.
Yeah, so Reddy sir first, and then Abhinav, and then Tyakudin. Yes, Reddy Garu.
What I thought was accepting everything in life as it is also one of the positive approaches.
That is called allowance.
Yeah, allowance.
And allowance only happens when you stop judging. No?
Yeah.
When you stop doing right, wrong, good, bad, agree, disagree, I like, I don't like, then only allowance will happen. You're right about that. Thank you very much. Yes, Abhinav.
See, you spoke about do and die commitment. And I was, thinking, how come I don't have do and die commitment in many areas of my life?
Exactly.
And, what is behind is, the first thing is, now do and die commitment has got nothing to, but of course it will produce great result. We don't know that when a soldier is at the border, he may die and he may not succeed in the purpose, but he will have a do or die commitment for sure. The same soldier may not have that commitment when he comes back to his village, and he will see some politics happening somewhere. He will say, "Chalo, bhaad mein jaye, jaane do." I'm thinking that is what happens to me. I just see that the people don't deserve my do or die commitment. That is how I look at.
Yeah,
And sometimes,
I appreciate that. You've said it before also.
yes.
Start thinking one thing. Look at
in my life, yeah.
Yeah, we talk about integrity, na, Abhinav.
Yes.
So when we are not bringing that commitment to other important areas of our life,
Yeah,
then those areas will not work, no?
absolutely.
And if they don't work, eventually you will have suffering because of that. I spent so many years with this organization for literally nothing. I sacrificed my time, my children, everything. 12 bloody years I spent. I had a do or die commitment over there. I did not have a do or die commitment for my family. So there was a lot of suffering. Eventually, when I realized it, I gave up that goal. But wherever, see, for example, if you don't have a do or die commitment to being fit physically, तो बीमारियां हो जाएंगी. मैं तो कहता हूं मरना है तो मर जाओ. That's better than suffering all your life with some bimari or the other.
I agree. I 100% agree with you.
Yeah. So tell me how can we justify to ourselves not having do or die commitment to our body? Because if we don't do it, we'll die anyway. And worse than that, we'll have a lot of suffering in our body. When I met this man who owned some 700 hotels, okay? I'd gone to his place to give some healing and all that. 3 times a day in a week is dialysis taking place. Wonderful person. You can imagine what kind of commitment he must be having that he could achieve such a big result. He's not very old also, just about 70 or something. Can you imagine that? So if a person is bringing that kind of commitment to some area of his life, he can bring to other area also, na? And वहां पर problem आ जाती है because our again brain goes into polarity. I will either have this or I will have that. या मैं अपने माँ बाप की सेवा कर लूं या मैं शादी कर लूं. There is a friend of mine, बहुत बहुत बड़ी IT कंपनी है, बहुत पुरानी, जिसने टेलीकॉम रेवोल्यूशन लाया इंडिया में. Okay, he's a big shot guy there. He never got married. Yeah, because I've got 3 sisters, I've got to get them married off. And when he was old, I've been in touch with him. He said, "Ke yaar, badi galti ho gayi. I should have had same commitment for my life. I would not be alone right now. बहनें अपने life में busy हैं, मैं तो अकेला हूँ." He doesn't have any blame. He says कि भाई ठीक है, उनकी अपनी अपनी जिंदगी है, उनको जीना पड़ेगा. So that's another problem. If we have a do or die commitment, does not mean that you neglect other areas of your life. You know why we do that? Because it takes more effort. Your brain says, "Yaar, ek jagah mein 100% I'm putting, how can I do it in other area also?" It's again a part of that same thinking, you know. Right, wrong, good, bad, agree, disagree. If something has to happen, something has to be sacrificed. These are all these things in our brain. Again, I'm saying, forget the past. Let's not dwell in the past at all. Today, we start a new life. If I'm starting my life today, then I can recommit, no? And say, "Hey, listen, all areas of my life are important. I will give a do or die commitment over there." Yes, Tyagudin, sorry to keep you waiting. You are muted, sir. We cannot hear you.
Yeah. The last point you mentioned, that only I want to ask, means how to improve or reduce our filters, how to avoid our filters. It will come automatically most of the time. So
Yeah,
how
so
to manage
just
filter?
be aware of them.
Yeah.
So the moment you realize that you're doing it, you're free from it, na?
Yeah.
Or you can tell your wife, every time I do some judgment or I'm saying like this, you tell me. Oh boy, she will tell you. So have one committed person in your life who tells you. So it doesn't take much. I mean, I used to think it's very difficult to stop it, but not that difficult. Plus, if you stay in the sangat of good people like us, no, we'll keep reminding you every day.
Yeah, that is important. Yeah, we are practicing. I am practicing this most of the time. Why we should that way? It should not. It should create something without any filters. Then both version will come. Still, sometimes it will come up. So that's why.
Okay, so I have, before I close today's session, if you give me another minute or two, question: how can you and how will you contribute to the EMC? Some people are contributing by giving money, right? How can you contribute to the EMC? If you don't want to give money, how else can you contribute to the EMC? Can we do some brainstorming? If your brain is not working, I'll tell you, you can contribute to the EMC by having some commitment to bring more people to join us every morning. Because my effort is the same, whether 10 people are there or 100 people are there.
Yeah, we can share,
Yeah, bring some do or die commitment into that also, no? Because every time I say that, a lot of becauses comes up, because people don't want to get up in the morning, because the timing doesn't suit them, because. Look, if we have more people, there will be more sharing, more idea generation, lot of more energy, fresh energy coming into it. So that's why I'm saying, you think some people are contributing by being on the call, like Kunen and Vitrivel and Rama and Shakti and Niti, and each one of them has found a way of contributing to what we are doing here. And I truly appreciate and I'm grateful to them for their contribution, all the people. The biggest contributor has been Reddy Garu, but he's a very modest man. Without his permission, I cannot tell you. He himself will tell, then it's fine. Yes, Abhinav.
So Deepak, I've been inviting people, and then some people sometimes come, and then they just attend for once or twice, and then they go back and they don't come again. And then there are some people, but I've maybe made an opinion about people that they don't want to do anything. They want good, whether they will complain about everything in life. When I tell them, okay, come to EMC, like be there. And see, because if I give them a solution, then I will be like their own father and mother and grandfather. So what's the use? So people have to find their own solutions. Though being from the landmark, and I was also a ILP coach there, so I can see कि उनका mechanism क्या है. So I can tell them कि भैया ऐसा कर ले, but that doesn't work obviously. So people have to find their own solutions.
Yeah,
But
so
they don't want to come. They will
have,
complain all the time, but they will not come
Don't-
to
this na,
EMC. हाँ.
इसका कोई फायदा नहीं है. What do you
Okay.
say? Are you
Okay.
getting it?
Yeah.
If you have a do or die commitment, okay, I will make sure that 5 people from my circle are attending EMC every day. What do you think will happen?
Yeah, then I will speak to 100 people, obviously. Yeah.
Whatever, I mean, so that is whatever you want to do. Get it? Sometimes you speak to 5, I speak to 5 people, 5 people will come.
Yeah.
And I can increase it by 50 by myself, but I don't want to. Because
Okay.
if my community wants the community to increase, community can contribute to that, no?
Yes.
Believe me, anytime, anywhere I meet someone, I share about EMC to them.
Okay.
So I'm just looking at, okay, there is an element in our life called making a contribution. Right? We make a contribution to our country by paying income tax, no?
Yes.
Why? Because if my country becomes stronger, it's good for me only. Yesterday, somebody said something very interesting. कि हम किसी को कुछ देते नहीं है सर, हमको ही मिलता है. I think Kamal said that. Anyway, so that's it for me. Let's get on to Tirukural first, and then Kamal, and then Kunen ka shairi, and then we can close. Unless somebody else wants to share something or ask something. Yes, Rama.
Yeah. I just wanted to react to what you says. The more I share about EMC, the more EMC will be present in my life at those moments when I'm sharing about it.
Exactly, and you'll remember the distinctions of it.
And I will remember the distinctions. And this is in some other way it's happening actually. There's one lady who was always crying and cribbing. Dukhi thi, to I found a job in my company for her, and now she still complains about everything. And the more she complains about life, the more life becomes bad for her.
Exactly. Great, thank you. Yes, Rama.
Sir, I wanted to share one incident. So I was wondering, when you said die or do or die commitment, why not just commitment? Commitment itself is more than sufficient. So why do or die?
Okay, so let's use a different terminology. It is called a non-negotiable commitment. Okay.
Yeah. So I found an example in my own life. So when we went to Mount Everest base camp, so one of my friends and colleague, we two were there in the group. So he is much more stronger and heroic and really great person, but he got high altitude sickness in the middle.
Oh my
God. So the only
we lost you there.
Cure for high altitude sicknesses. Sorry, I said one of my colleague and friends. Are you able to hear me, sir?
Yeah, that all we heard. You said the only cure for high altitude sickness is?
Okay, only cure for that is to go down the altitude.
Okay.
or you have to be in ICU. Otherwise, people will die. In high
Okay.
altitude sickness, they will quickly die.
Okay.
So by seeing that many people were afraid, they will also get into that. And no, obviously, no, I being his friend, no, there was a fear for me also, no, whether I will also get, will I die, will I, no, proceed or go down along with him. So helicopter has to come and pick him up.
Mhm.
So he offered, okay, you also join if you want to. I said, no, I will go.
That is a non-negotiable commitment.
Right. So I went to the base camp. So I just could remember that.
Beautiful. It's a
I thought
fantastic
I
example.
share it here. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So we will not say do or die commitment. We'll say non-negotiable commitment.
Right.
That's a better way of saying it. Thank you very much. Yes, Kunen.
And also this reminds me, sir, you had mentioned once unreasonable. So that also.
I will not accept any reason why something cannot be done.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yes, Vetrivel, your Tirukural, please, for
Thank you
today.
very much, sir. This is important, circular, very much relevant with the topic. It goes this way. Achamudiyar karanillai, ankillai, vacha pudiyar nangu. They say two things. One is, if you have a fear, whatever be the protection you have around you, it is going to be useless. Second thing, if you have an ounce of forgetfulness, then whatever be the position you are in, it is not going to serve you. So be aware of these two things. What you, sir?
Beautiful. Thank you. Kamal.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Powerful in the session, sir. और बहुत सारी आंखें खोल दी है. मतलब कहते हैं ना जिसको कुरेद दिया है वैसा कुछ हुआ है. तो एक शेर था कि सबक लिया है जिंदगी से हुजूर, रोशनी आई है कई अंधेरों से निकलकर.
Wow. Would you like to translate it also?
Better someone else just do it.
अरे टाइम लग जाएगा, आप ही कर लो ना.
No, we learn a lesson from life, and we get into the light after passing through a tunnel of shadow or tunnel
of darkness.
Darkness. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. And now we have our star, Mr. Kunayan Shahidi the Owl.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. आज दो शेर याद आ रहे हैं.
दोनों बोल दीजिए.
एक डेडिकेटेड टू यू और दूसरा डेडिकेटेड टू अपने अभिनव भाई. इजाजत है?
हाँ, दो बेचारे हैं ना, हम दोनों के बारे में शेर सुना. दो बेचारे बना सहारे.
अर्ज किया जनाब के बहादुर हो गया हूं जमाने के जख्म खा खा कर. बहादुर हो गया हूं जमाने के जख्म खा खा कर. मेरी हर हार ने मुझको सिखाया है जीत है लाजिम.
वाह 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 वाह.
मेरी हर हार ने मुझको सिखाया है जीत है लाजिम.
वो पहली लाइन फिर से बोलना.
बहादुर हो गया हूं मैं जमाने के जख्म खा खा कर.
खा खा कर. Okay, I've become brave by all the hard knocks of life.
और मेरी हर हार ने मुझको सिखाया है जीत है लाजिम.
Yeah, so every defeat has taught me that victory will be mine.
Yes.
That's true. That's exactly what I've learned.
And अभिनव साहब आपके लिए है कि
इरशाद
जो आसानी से मिल जाए उसकी ख्वाहिश किसे है. जो आसानी से मिल जाए उसकी ख्वाहिश किसे है. हमें वो चाहिए जो मुकद्दर में है ही नहीं.
वाह वाह वाह.
हमें वो चाहिए जो मुकद्दर में है ही.
awesome. सर लिख के भेजिएगा प्लीज. हाँ,
इसको translate कर दीजिए.
Please.
You just record it and put it on the group, ना?
जी जनाब.
तो जरा इसका translation भी बता दीजिए. Neeti, can you translate this one?
Yes, Neeti can translate. She's a very good translator. Come on, Neeti, you can do it.
Repeat कीजिए.
जो आसानी से मिल जाए उसकी ख्वाहिश किसे है.
What I can get easily, I do not desire.
Yeah, who desires something which you can get easily?
Yeah. हमें वो चाहिए जो मुकद्दर में है ही नहीं.
I want what I am not fated for.
Yeah, I want something that I am not fated to have, like it's not in my destiny. Wow.
So I write my own destiny.
Right. That's it. Great. Thank you, guys. Wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human beings that you are. Just remember that. See you tomorrow morning. Or maybe I will not see you tomorrow morning because I'm going to request one of our stalwarts here to do the session. I'll be driving back to Mumbai. So part number 2 of possibility search attitude will happen day after tomorrow morning. All right.
So may I request Mr. Manav to take session tomorrow?
You can request him and he can agree or disagree.
No, I have my BNI meeting tomorrow, yeah. So not going to be there tomorrow.
Make it possible. Find out how we can make it possible.
But he's already committed to.
I'm committed for a BNI meeting at 7 a.m.
चलो परसों ले लेना मानव.
I'll take.
परसों तो मैं ही लूंगा.
So then I'll be there tomorrow. I'll take a session.
All right. What would you like to take a session on?
I'll take the session tomorrow, sir.
Yeah, on what topic?
On the power of the mind, sir.
All right. So you do it.
Fine, sir.
Yeah.
Please record it also. So we can also.
At least he'll come on. Or tomorrow you'll come at 7:15 and do the session or 7 o'clock.
Tomorrow, since I'm taking the session, I'll be there before 7.
Since I'm taking, I'll come on time. Not bad. At least for some reason you'll come. Please come.
Yes, sir. I will, sir. My pleasure, sir.
Don't forget to record it.
Fine, sir.
Yeah. So what happens here is that Shakti will switch on the Zoom because he has this thing, and then you can do the session. And
Fine,
then
sir.
Get the recording.
Fine, sir. I will, sir.
But this thing I have requested someone before you agreed. So if you don't mind, if that person says yes, then they will do it. Otherwise, you will do it. Okay.
Perfectly fine, sir. Fine. Perfectly fine, sir.
Yeah,
No
because
issues.
it doesn't look nice that I ask them and then.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Yeah, but 99% it looks like you will do it. So I'll
Right, sir.
confirm it to you. Or one of us will confirm. Kunan,
Fine,
can
sir.
you take care of this?
Right, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Stay safe.
And
Stay blessed.
Manav, that means you better be ready. Anybody will ask you to conduct a session any day. So
I'm
take a topic of your choice and be ready, not raw, but ready. Bye-bye.
Bye.